College Chapel with the state. You got to meet Marcus Freeman last year. What about him as a young coach stands out to you and what he's doing up there at Notre Dame?
Well, I mean, he was very successful. I mean, you can tell, just look at his career path. I mean, everything he's done, he's been successful at it. And, he's got a great reputation. Obviously, I've got some pretty good intel on who he is with Chancey being there. And, just a really good football coach, but just a great leader. He's an excellent leader. And, to lead a program like that, to be hired for a job like that, that's not a decision that they make on a whim. Great defensive coordinator prior to coming there, and good player as well. So he's done a heck of a job. Really, really good job.
Dabo, it's Larry. I asked you about Jay Haynes, I don't know, I think last week maybe. I'm just curious, maybe where things stand with him right now, sort of his injury-wise.
Yeah, he's been able to practice this week, so that's been good, getting him back. Hadn't been able to go the last couple weeks, so he has been able to practice. So that's good.
Dabo, Pete at AP, has Will made any progress this week, and is his status still up in the air?
Yes and yes. He has made some good progress. So we're very encouraged by that, and definitely still, day to day from a status standpoint.
Thanks. Hey, Coach Ross Martin, Clemson 247. To follow up on Shipley, what needs to happen, the process, or what needs to happen for him to get ready to go for Saturday? Give me intel on that or any insight.
The medical people got to say he's good to go. I mean, that's really it. I don't get involved in that stuff. That's really on them. I mean, they have protocols. They have protocols in place, and metrics, and there's they got all kind of stuff that you have to go through to be cleared to get back to play, and so that's where it is. I mean, just what has to happen is they got to clear him, and that's up to them.
He has to get through protocol to be able to play.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
This is Larry again. Just curious, the pecking order. I know at running back, Dominique Thomas got in for a couple of snaps. Just how do you break that down behind Phil?
Yeah, Dominique, Keith Adams, Jay Haynes. That's our room right there. That's our guys, and we got and then Jarvis. Jarvis still has. He's still got. I think he's got 2 games left that he can play in and still keep his red shirt. So, it depends on what the call is, what the package is, things like that, as far as who would go in there.
How has Peter Woods progressed from last week to now, and what do you think his status is heading into this game?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, he's been able to get back to practice, so that's been good. Obviously, couldn't go last week, but encouraged about what I've been able to see in practice this week.
Yeah, but you were talking in August about the importance of freshman receivers being able to, develop and sort of be backups. And I think you mentioned Antonio Williams last year. Might have hit a wall the second half of the season. Curious with Tyler Brown, how he's been able to do in sort of avoiding that and sort of late as we get to late in the season, your evaluation of that.
Yeah, I don't think he's hit a wall at all. The only wall he's hit's been just, some injuries. He's battled through a couple of different things, ankle, shoulder. He's had a little bit of everything that he's had to really battle through, which is, as he's progressed through practice, and then last week he gets, jacked up in the eye and got to go to the ophthalmologist. I mean, he's had a lot of those things, but I think mentally he's been really good. He's been really good.
I guess everything okay with his eye after his
visit? Yeah. He's been able to. Yeah, he's back at it, but he was. They had to check him out and all that stuff. I mean, he got poked pretty good.
Anybody else for Coach?
Yeah, but this is Buddy Pugh's last season at South Carolina State. He's retiring at the end of this year. Just wondering any memories of him. I know y'all have played a few times over the years of what he's meant to state of South Carolina football at Clemson State.
I think he's one of the classiest, greatest gentlemen in this business. The first time I met him was 1997. No, 98. 1998. I came up. I actually went to South Carolina. Woody McCorvey was coaching at South Carolina that year in '98, and so I drove up and stayed with Woody and Ann, and I was still coaching at Alabama. Me and Kath came up, and we stayed with Woody and Ann, and went over and hung out at South Carolina and their facility, and then had a chance to. And we went and spent some time at Fripp Island with them, but that's I just remember meeting him in the late '90s for the first time, and then his son actually worked here for us at Clemson. His son was in our compliance department, and same thing, just unbelievable person. But I've had a chance, and then I've obviously coaching at Clemson, and then becoming the head coach. I mean, I've just talked to him, many times. Been around him in all kind of settings, different speaking engagements, events, whatever. Obviously playing them. He gave Tony. He had Tony down there. He had Billy down there. I mean, he's a legend. I mean, he's a true legend. But he really is truly one of the, I think, best people in this profession, and somebody I've always admired, got a ton of respect for. He's got a great sense of humor, and he's tough. He's tough, but he's impacted a lot of people's lives, and truly loves the player.
Dabo, Tristan played all 80 snaps, I guess, at right guard in Raleigh. Is the focus moving forward to just sort of continue to get him reps and get him comfortable at that spot, like in game?
It just depends on how it all shakes out. I mean, he's gives us a little bit of flexibility because he's still got to work a little tackle as well. So he can play left guard, right guard, left tackle, right tackle. Right now he's he's a very smart player, and that allows him to have good flexibility with what we're doing. He's a redshirt sophomore, so he's just been around a little bit more, and we'll continue to cross train him and work him at both spots.